I'm back and we're doing this last part. Yay! Alright, I moved on to another movie as well. We are listening to in the background Just Right with Common and let me move this over with Common and Queen Latifah. Good movie, one of my favorites. Well, let's see. Let's go in with this orange color, then we'll go back over it with that darker orange. That'll work. I really like this movie. It created the conflict, but it was so messed up that he vibed with her. And as soon as old girl showed up, he was like, "Oh, forget that vibe. Let me holler at this one here because she looks, a certain way." Like, and that's really the messed up part about it is how it really is. Like, you vibe with a person and then not want to be with that person because they don't fit that mold, right? That's crazy. Men, oh well, it's not just men, it's women too, but that's just crazy. Like, date the person you vibing with, right? 'Cause that's the person who you're gonna get along the most with. And then on top of that, you had her being the cousin being scandalous. She knew that Queen Latifah's character was feeling him, but nope, she was so eager to want that basketball fame that she just was like, "You're not feeling him, are you? But you knew that she was feeling him. That's why you asked, and that's why you asked in that way." Like, trying to put your little stake of the claim on him already. So, that was crazy. I was like, okay. And in the end, she got the man, but she did have to go through a little drama to do it. But it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. Something that I watch over and over again. Because I love me some Queen Latifah. And I gotta go get that movie Girls Trip. I don't own that movie yet. But that was a funny movie. Ever since that movie came out, all you do is see Tiffany Haddish everywhere, and she done got herself involved in tabloid-ish type drama. But I like her realness, Tiffany Haddish. And I like Queen Latifah's realness too. Really, she gives it in her movies. Her roles are really great in the way she depicts herself and the type of roles that she takes. One of her, oh, I can watch that next. One of the roles that I like is Last Holiday, where she thinks she's dying because the doctor told her she had some type of tumor and she was gonna die, and she ends up going to this ski resort in this other country and things. That's a fun movie. And I just realized I haven't watched that yet today. If so, I'm just watching a bunch of movies for the past few days. And am I in frame? As soon as he saw her, he was like, "Ooh, Queen too." Leslie who? I should say Leslie. I should say the character's name. Leslie who? But it was a good message in that movie. In the movie, if you really pay attention, it was kind of like, how men are so quick to fall for the okie doke, because she played him, and she played him well. Found out what he liked and then swooped in and act like that's what she liked too. And he fell for it. And what I'm doing right now, because we're 8 minutes in, we making good time this time. I think we might actually finish this one with no more parts. So that's why I'm kind of coloring fast and trying to get this color in. I'll put it over a little bit. Yeah, y'all can still see that. There's a glare coming off. on my phone, I couldn't really see what I was doing too much. Okay. I'm going here and get a little more darker color. Mm. Alright. And then all we will have to do after I'm done with these flowers is get that braid done. And we will be all set. So if you watched the beginning of this series, I told you that Emmanuelle Colin's this is not from her coloring books. I don't think she released it, and I think it was maybe she just didn't chose this image or whatever. But the images in the coloring book are really, really, really great. And they're just as beautiful. Um, and and it's hard to get her books in the states if that's where you're from watching this video, but you can get it from Amazon UK, or at least you could. They may have changed it by now, I'm not sure, but you that was a place that you can get it from. And I don't know what countries you can get it from her Etsy shop, but it's not available for shipping to the US from her Etsy shop. But you may be able to go to her blog and maybe try to contact her that way, though she doesn't seem to really have stopped responding to comments on there, so that might not work, and you may just have to stalk some sites until it becomes available again, because her images are very popular. She may, at some point do a third book, and maybe she'll really release the first two when she does, if she ever does the third. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to leave this and this because I feel like that is his second wing. Uh-huh. Let's see. Ooh, almost knocked my camera over. Okay, so we only 15 minutes in. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we got that first one in, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you all how I do the hair, just in case this something comes up, because I'm not going to make another part to this video. I'm just not gonna do it. 4 parts for this one little picture is more than enough. Okay, there's my black. So what I did was I colored this in already, and I did that because it's hard to get the white out of this picture once you start doing in the hair and stuff. Well, not hard, but you have to keep going and keep going and keep going, and it's a pain. So how I do the hair is I go in and I just do strokes in the direction that I want it to go in. So then I'm going to curve it around, and I'm doing deep strokes. And if you felt the paper, you would know like there's ridges, because that's how hard I'm pressing. But sharpen my tip a little bit. If I was doing a different type of hair style, that we're working with a different type of hairstyle, I would do a sharper tip, but this tip works just fine. But see, go in and just go in the direction that is going, and hopefully that'll keep the integrity of this braid look. And I made her a younger look. Well, she made her a younger look, so that's why I didn't add any color to her hair, because that to me would have aged her a little bit, made her an older character. And I'm seeing this as like maybe a young girl, no younger than maybe 9 or something. So and that to me, ooh, sorry y'all, I tipped my camera a little too much. Let me set it right. Okay, my apologies. Okay, so that looks good. So that's how I do the hair, right? And that's what takes the longest time because you got to keep going in there, going back, going back, going back. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is you can't see this part here, so I'm just going to do a up and down for that. And then, as you can see this part, and so we're going to go back to round strokes. Alright, and then okay. Okay, so I was tired, quiet because when I said tired, that must be really how I feel. I was quiet because I really wanted to get this part down before, you know, I have something of a finished result for you all with this video. Okay. I know y'all like, why she keep picking up that paper? I can't see it, but it's because there's a glare coming off this camera, and with it laying down, I can't see it that well. So I need to pick it up, look at it, and clean up my white spots. But see, that's my braid. So I like it. And now I'll go in, finish up my flowers, and we will be done. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with this one too. Okay, so I'm getting this color in there. See, that's working really well. So we only got a few more petals to go. And we'll have an orange down. And we're only 27 minutes in. Oh, I'm out of frame, sorry. Turn it one more time for this orange. Alright, so my orange is in, and that's the orange color. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over it with my darker orange. But first I'm going to do blue jean, which is my lightest blue. And get that color in. Well, yeah. And what I'm going to do is go into my the darker blue as well. So, okay, I'm gonna go back over that with my orange. Move. Give me another. Okay. Ooh, look at that tip. Can y'all see that? Yes, indeed. Let me tip up my other one now. That is not as good, but I've been keep going with that anyway. And I'm just gonna add a little darkness into it. Let's go and work on this petal. So it ended up coming out better than I thought, y'all. I'm happy with it. Not as happy as my original color and what I had in mind. I'm gonna go back in with my blue. That's some missing. Okay. Put in this color here. So we'll be done within that hour frame. And then so this would be 4 parts, and then hopefully I'll be able to like take videos and take these videos and do a speed color, but I'm not sure. But future videos will probably have the 2 options. You can watch them in parts, or you'll be able to watch the one speed color. Or in the case of like maybe a Kirby book, there may be multiple speed colors, but I'll try to have multiple options going. And get all that color in there. And that's what I like about, I will say, the blues and some of the greens, well, many of the greens in this, in the Cra-Z-Arts, in the set that I have, goes on pretty well, pretty great coverage, and pretty smooth. You don't have to do too much pushing to get the pigment out. So Excuse me. Okay. I almost missed that. Okay. Oh, and then, just like I said before, making sure I get that pigment down in there. All right. That almost look kind of tropical, don't it, y'all? I'm pretty happy with that. Look at that. I'm so happy it turned out better than I thought it was going to be with the weird combination. Don't mind me, y'all, in my weird singing, but That's what I do when I'm excited, and it's what I do when I'm anytime, really. Say happy, sad, angry, excited. Oh, get this one too while I'm over here. I'm gonna get right up in them pedals, boy, and make that nice. And that's what I like about this part of the movie. You know, these movies make you, they say they give you unrealistic expectations of relationships, right? And sometimes they do. I'm not gonna say they don't, right? But what made this movie cool is that she told him about her car, why she kept the dent in the car, and it's just so sweet that he remembered that story. Like he listened to her and why that dent was important to her. So instead of replacing her car, which he knew she didn't want, he fixed it but kept something that he knew she wanted and why she wanted it. So that was cool. Ooh, that's a good point. I do like this sharpener that I have. It gives a pretty good point for a $7 sharpener, I tell you. It's so funny. I mean, there's just a lot about this movie that just tells you, well, not tells you, but kind of like talk is kind of saying that eventually he got the hint, but it's like he hung out with her, he told her things that he probably never told the girlfriend, and he never thought about, oh, okay, this is the basis of a cool relationship. I should be able to tell the person that I'm with about these things in a casual way as if you really just talking to a friend. Because that's what you should be, friends. People who like hanging out with each other. You don't have to have everything in common, but you should have at least a couple of things in common so you can hang out every now and then. And if you don't have anything in common and you want to have things in common, then you should work on having some things in common. Right? Excuse me, I just burped all in y'all ear and stuff, but take a hobby that either one of y'all are thinking about and see if y'all like it together. Maybe y'all hobbies could be watching movies. Get each other into movies that the other think they won't like. Or have a bad movie date where you all just watch movies that are bad and talk about how bad they are. Like a Siskel and Ebert type night, or everybody likes to eat. Well, I should say everybody, but most people like to eat. You know, cook together. There's ways to spend time with each other and build a friendship if that's what you want. Yeah, I find that it's a good basis for a relationship. I think that's maybe why a lot of people end up breaking up, is because they never built those friendships with their spouses. They only saw them as spouses and not as friends. Not as somebody they can hang out with and joke with and have that type of bond as well. So that's just my opinion, though. You know, like everybody else, I have one. It might not be right. What works for me may not work for anybody else. Me and mine. But I will say, if you do what works for y'all, if you can get any relationship advice from anyone, that should be the advice. Do what works for the two of you. Whatever that means to the two of you. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you have people saying, oh, you should work, if that's not what you want to do and he's okay with that because that's not what he wants you to do, then don't be shamed into thinking that you should have to be another way because other women are telling you that's the way you have to be. And the same thing goes with working. If you want to work and he doesn't mind you working, then that's what y'all should do. And I'll give you another bit of relationship advice. And it's probably the best relationship advice of all, and it's hard for people to do. Find someone who wants the type of relationship that you want. So, if you don't want to be settled down, you know that you not settled down. Let me take that back. If you don't think you can be monogamous, that's not the type of relationship you want. You want an open relationship. Then that's the type of person you should go into a relationship with. Another person who does not want a monogamous relationship. Because if you get with someone and you think you're going to change how you really feel, you're going to end up resenting them and you're going to end up doing something stupid. If you get with someone and they tell you that they want that type of relationship and you think you can change that person, you're going to end up disappointed. And it just saves you a lot of disappointment and heartache in the end if you just honest with each other at the beginning. And if you are not compatible in what you want, walk away. There will be someone who wants the same thing that you want. But people get so caught up in wanting that person that they see right then and there that they think they can change it or they can do without, and realize it wasn't what they wanted in the first place. They couldn't do it. They should have never did it. Oh, it was a mistake. You knew it was a mistake when you walked into it because it was never what you wanted in the first place. He wasn't who you wanted in the first place. She wasn't what you wanted in the first place. Y'all didn't agree on what type of relationship you wanted to have in the first place. So why go further into it? So that's my bit of advice. Be honest with yourself and walk away if it's not what you want it to be in the beginning. Because it may never be what you end up wanting it to be years later, and now you end up upset and possibly bitter over a relationship that you could have avoided in the first place. People change over time, but sometimes they don't. Are you willing to wait years just to find out that the person didn't change into who you thought they were wanted them to change into? So that's my little 2 cents. I know that was unsolicited and random, but that's what I'm giving. Well, it's not random because it goes along with the movie that I'm watching. So this has been pretty doggone good result from something that was not planned and I was really worried about. Excuse me. I'm just about over whatever this was, and I think it was the flu, to be honest. I really do. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Give it a little 90s flavor. There we go. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. Alright. And there you have it, everybody. I was gonna say fellas, but I know it's mostly women watching this, and you all would have been like, fellas. So, ladies, there is my finished picture. And I think she looks adorable. Looks like a little Auburn. Excuse me. On her, like she's on her way to a little Auburn game, right? So I end up framing this and maybe giving it away to an Auburn fan or something. Because that's what she looks like to me. She looks like a little Auburn fan going to the game. And I'm gonna take my lightest brown, and I know y'all like how many times she gonna go over this little girl's face, but I'm gonna just go over with Peridot and just smooth out a little bit of those imperfections that I see right now from just the wax and the pigment settling a little bit. But of course she'll shine right back up when I put the gloss on. But I just wanted to catch that little bit right there. And and that is that. That is our girl right there. So that is Bumble Bees. I might have to change the name. I might call her Bumble Bees and Auburn Girl or something. But Emmanuelle Colin with the little bumblebee, and I think I don't know what type of flowers these were supposed to be. I think they're like pink with green tips, so they're supposed to be maybe like magnolia leaves or something. But anyway, here she is, all done and pretty. So we got one down for March. I'll see y'all in another video. Bye.